The waxing moon played guide as the men threaded the woody defile. Stooping trees, a gauntlet of jagged, moss-clad rocks, the clawing grasp of shadow-cloaked briars. The men funneled onto a narrow track, steps muffled by a blanket of leaves. From up high, on slopes choked by the lush canopies of oak and beech, an owl's hoot pierced the sounds of their rasping breaths. Further off, amongst the deeper, darker realms, wolves broke into mournful song. The men pressed on, following a leader gleaming in winged helmet and exquisite mail. Spear points caught and twisted the pearl-grey light above their heads. They came from the north, these war-givers. Raised from every village and farm, every modest steading, and every ridged and fortified hill, they had gathered in their masses beneath the banner of the twin white serpents, and surged like a great tide onto the tracks and fields that would lead them to their enemy. Through the moon-gilded hours they had swept, crossing ditches choked by holly and foxglove, over rolling fields and spirit-haunted forests, beseeching the gods to favour their endeavours. Now dawn approached, and still they flowed, like an iron river, ever southwards, and with them came blood and horror. Cullen moved in a half-crouch, slowly, with great care, one shadow amongst so many beneath the whispering boughs. Above him, the canopy was thick enough to blot out a sun that dazzled the flower-dotted meadows beyond. Within this forest world, only a dim, greenish twilight illuminated the track of gnarled roots and tangled underbrush. The air was thick with damp and decay, tinged with the bitter tang of toadstool and nightshade. But underneath it all, he caught the scent, acrid, pungent, unmistakable. He halted, braced on the balls of his feet, heart quickening, his knuckles bone-white where they clasped his spear. The wolf was close. He stooped lower, fingers brushing the ground. The soft earth yielded to his touch, and there, pressed into the mud, was the fresh imprint of a paw, larger than his hand. The breath caught in his throat, his mouth instantly parched. He twisted his neck, keeping the rest of his body utterly still, searching the deep murk, senses dagger-sharp. The shadows were long and twisted, the silence heavy, unnatural. A breeze stirred the branches above. Cullen's hand tightened around the spear haft, the rough wood grounding him, reminding him of his purpose. Another scent reached him, sharper now, mingling with the wolf's musk. Blood. He moved painstakingly forward, driven by a morbid curiosity, his body taut with anticipation. As he pushed through a dense thicket, the forest seemed to close in around him, the trees leaning closer, their branches like skeletal fingers clawing at the sky.